There are so many things I love about investing in apartments. Everyone has heard me on podcasts say, I love the win-win-win. Everybody wins and it makes me so happy. The investors win because they get great returns. The residents win because they have quality housing, and the community wins because they have happy residents and quality housing, not blight. So lots of reasons to love multifamily investing, but here's some reasons that kind of differentiate it a little bit more from buying a single family house, the residential space. One, I love the fact that there is a business plan. There's something dependable backing it. I'm not just simply, hoping for something to happen with a single family house. And you know what? Part of that business plan accounts for the fact that residents aren't going to stay forever. And by nature of having not just one dwelling spot, but having multiple dwelling spots, that business plan is able to absorb and offset the lack of income from that one vacant unit. So imagine this, we have a single family house and it has, only one resident can live at a time, might be a family, so it doesn't matter how many people, but you have one resident paying rent. So if that resident moves out and you're not having that rent and you're having to do some maintenance on the house to bring it up to speed, and then you're having to find and select a new resident for that house, you have time, right? Maybe it takes 2 months, 3 months in order to have a resident, and now that's 3 out of 12 months, that's an entire quarter potentially that you don't have income coming in. In the multifamily space, let's just say out of 10 units, let's say we have one unit that is being turned over, it's vacant, right? Well, I have 9 other units that are offsetting the income. So, and the business plan is taking into account that there is going to be a natural attrition rate, a natural turnover rate that's taking place. And so I'm not expecting that income. It's not an actual loss because it wasn't an expectation. It was built in, baked in to the business plan. Now, what happens when things happen? Because things happen, hurricanes happen, hailstorms happen, fires. There was a fire in one of the investments I'm invested in. There was a fire and it took a lot of units offline. What happens when emergencies happen? Well, if you own just a single family resident and you're invested in that, one thing happens that could potentially destroy all of your income from that asset for the year. So think about this. You have roots that are in a sewer line and it happens to be on the sewer, the side that you are responsible for as the owner. Well, now you're dumping in a lot of money and your profits are out the door. When we're looking at apartment investments, there is more to absorb those sort of situations. And when hailstorms happen, because they do, and hurricanes and tornadoes and all of these things, I hear the stories and I've experienced the fire situation. And when these things happen, there are these fantastic insurance policies put in place that really sometimes even help you come out ahead in an unfortunate situation, which also helps residents come out ahead as well. So I don't know about you, but I really appreciate a solid night of rest. My body needs that. And when you are passively invested in apartment purchases, well, guess what? You are sleeping easy at night because your phone's not ringing. You're not lining up contractors. You're not making sure a property manager is following through on something. You're not worrying about turnover. And so you're just completely removed from the day-to-day operations and you just get to sleep at night. When I had single family investments, that was something that was in the back of my mind all the time. Like, well, I know that this lease is coming up and that lease is coming up and, I hope that goes well. And so you just kind of have, I had some things just like idling in the back of my head at all times. As a passive investor, I don't have that. My passive investment, it's happy, it's doing its thing, and I'm able to really invest my time in things that matter to me. If you haven't noticed, it's my investors. So anyhow, I hope that those are some things that you are contemplating as you are looking at what sort of investments that you want to make. Head over to the Three Keys Investments website and schedule a time for us to hop on a call and talk. It's really easy. I'd love to get to know you better and answer any questions that you have.